Hello. It's almost getting that time. Welcome to another episode of Haunted Indiana, Ghosts and Strange Phenomenon of the Hoosier State, written by James A. Willis. This is series episode 33, episode 6 for season 3. Tonight's tale, Elias Jacoby never really left us. Up until the 1800s, there was no official Shriner organization in Indianapolis. That changed on June 4th, 1884, when the Indianapolis Shriners were given a charter. The group quickly drew interest, and within a year, they had grown to more than 100 members. In the early 1900s, the decision was made that the Shriners in Indianapolis needed an official temple for meetings. So in 1909, the Murat Temple was built. Construction and additions continued for the next few years, resulting in an enormous building that houses 2 stages, one in a concert hall capable of seating 1,800 people, and the other in a 2,500-seat theater. There are also many rooms and halls for hosting events, the largest being the Egyptian Room, which can hold up to 2,000 people. To date, the building remains the largest shrine temple in the entire United States. By all accounts, the resident ghost here is Elias J. Jacoby, a Shriner who was also a Pontiff when the temple was being built. He served as Imperial Pontiff for all of North America from 1918 until 1919. Jacoby is said to have loved the temple that he wished to spend every waking minute inside the glorious building. In fact, Jacoby passed away on December 31st, 1935, while preparing for a New Year's Eve party at the temple. It only makes sense that Jacoby's ghost would return to the place that he loved so much while he was alive. Jacoby's ghost seems to prefer hanging out in the temple's theater, just as Jacoby had done while he was alive. The first ghostly activity in the theater that has been attributed to his spirit occurred when someone standing on stage noticed that one of the seats seemed to have an odd blue glow about it. As the man watched, the blue light rose up out of the seat and came towards the stage. It hovered near the stage for a few moments and then disappeared. When the man walked over to the seat, he was shocked to see that it was not only situated in Elias Jacoby's personal box, but it was the very seat Jacoby likely claimed for his own. On another occasion, a temple employee was working in the theater when he caught something moving out of the corner of his eye. Looking up towards the balcony, he saw the ghostly image of a man sitting in one of the rocking chairs. Not believing his own eyes, the employee left the theater and went out into the hallway that contains the Shrine Club. As the employee's eyes wandered across the various paintings, they came to rest on one in particular, the portrait of Elias Jacoby. When the employee realized that the ghost he had just seen was a spitting image of Jacoby, he quit on the spot. Jacoby's ghost apparently has taken a liking to the portrait. Employees on numerous occasions have seen a man dressed in a blue cloak walking around the hallway, and then promptly disappearing into the painting. As if more proof was needed, several psychics were brought into the temple in the 90s to try to confirm once and for all if the building is haunted, and if so, by whom. To a person, they all confirmed that Jacoby was indeed the spirit haunting the temple. They also said that although Jacoby's spirit often moves about the temple, he prefers to stay inside the theater. It is a common belief that doing any sort of renovations on the building will awaken spirits, as if the ghosts are curious what these strangers are doing to their former homes and places of business. This might be the case with the temple and Jacoby's ghost. In the late 90s, when major renovations began in the temple, the number of reported sightings of Jacoby's ghost skyrocketed. His ghost is most active during renovations. The most mind-boggling report came on one night when several people, including their Murat Public Relations Director, Lloyd Walton, watched as Jacoby's portrait began to morph, eventually appearing as if it were crying. Some took this as a sign that Jacoby was unhappy with the renovations. Others, though, thought Jacoby might have been upset over what had become of his portrait. You see, when everyone witnessed it crying, the portrait was laying in the attic, where it had been placed during the renovations. Whatever the case may be, renovations were recently completed, and the number of ghost sightings has dropped considerably. Of course, Jacoby's portrait has been since returned to its rightful place on the wall in the building's Shrine Club. And that concludes tonight's episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give it a thumbs up if you disliked it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Any questions, comments, concerns? Follow me on my social medias. And be sure to click that little bell icon to stay informed. Halloween is almost here.